What's going on, all you sports and gambling fans out there? Today, NCAA basketball betting coverage is the name of the game. And joining me here, Ross Benjamin, our very own SBR contributor. The game we're covering is the North Carolina Tar Heels going up against the Virginia Cavaliers. But let me take a moment here to point out that so far in the past couple of days, Ross and I have covered a total of 7 games. And well, Ross, you've gone 5-2 in that span. So let's try to keep on adding to that positively today. How's it doing, man?
Hey, it's all good, Dax. Thank you for the compliment, and let's keep this rolling.
All right, without a doubt. Let's start talking about the North Carolina team here. Now, they are starting to pick up the pieces after an inconsistent regular season and have had 2 solid performances most recently against Boston College and Louisville. Now, they beat Boston College 81-63 and most recently Louisville 70-60. But, you know, this is going to be their 3rd game in a row. So could fatigue actually be a factor here? And Ross, I mean, what do you think? What do you think we're going to actually see from the Tar Heels tonight?
I mean, they're between a rock and a hard place because fatigue may be a bit of a factor, but they still have to make a concerted effort to try to push the pace of this game to their liking. Virginia likes to play a slow, plodding half-court game, Dax, and they excel at that. And if the Tar Heels fall into that trap, they'll be playing uphill. The Tar Heels have won 4 of their last 5, and their only loss in that sequence came at the hands of number 2 Duke. And during that 5-game stretch, they've averaged 76.5 points per game and shot a stellar 47.8% from the field. So they come into this game playing very hot, and they've also had a terrific plus 7.2 rebound per game differential in their previous 5 contests. So they're primed for a good effort here tonight, Dax.
All right, Matt, but now let's look at the other side of the court. We have the Cavaliers, who took a 17-point halftime lead before holding off a rally by Florida State for a huge 58-44 victory yesterday, and got second leading scorer Justin Anderson back in the lineup. Now, this is going to be the 2nd time that these 2 teams meet this season. And Virginia took the first game in North Carolina 75-64. So with that in mind, Ross, I mean, do you think they're going to be able to pull it off again?
Well, here's the thing, Dax, and I don't mean to avoid your question, but they've put themselves in an excellent position to be a number 1 seed in the upcoming NCAA tournament. With teams like Arizona, Wisconsin, and Gonzaga all on the periphery waiting for somebody to fall in the top 4, they have little room for error here in Greensboro. My personal feeling is they can secure one of the top 4 seeds in the big dance by at least reaching the ACC final. So there certainly will be motivated tonight, and that should lend itself to an additional effort on their part. However, there's a distinct difference between playing for a number 1 seed and being very urgent for a win to even make the NCAA tournament. And I think Virginia isn't going to be quite as urgent as a team that's on the outside looking in right now.
Right. All right. But still, even though bookmakers are giving the love to the Cavaliers by favoring them by 3.5 to 4 points. Now, for the season, they had a respectable 17-12 against the spread record, and they went 10-9 against the spread in conference play. Plus, when favored by 1 to 7 points, they've actually gone 6-4, while UNC is just 0-2 in that same range as an underdog. So should we be laying the points in this spot, Ross?
Boy, oh boy, Dex, I do this for a living, and you just made my head spin. This is the first time these 2 clubs met. North Carolina was able to push the pace of the game more to their liking, and Virginia surprisingly didn't mind the quicker tempo at all. The Cavaliers shot 51.8% from the field in that contest, and their 56 field goal attempts was 4 more than their season average. The total in this contest is 6.5 points lower than it was in the first one. And granted, the Cavaliers are arguably the best defensive team in the country, and North Carolina has been stellar on the defensive end in recent games. Both teams are shooting the ball very well right now. With this low of a total, there's some value on going over the number here. I'm going to take a chance here, make a small play on the North Carolina Tar Heels and Virginia Cavaliers to go over the total of 122.5.
All right, good stuff, Ross. At least we're staying away from those spreads that are pretty tough to pick in these games. All right, man. Pleasure to talk with you. Thanks for the insights and the pick, and we'll pick it up again next Monday.
Thank you for having me, Dex.
All right, everyone else, don't forget to check back with Ross tomorrow for some more sports coverage and your free picks. Till then, for SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.